Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I'm your host Boise, and this is SmackDown Live Review. So first things first, we started off with Miz TV, and for me this is always fun to watch a Miz TV opening segment, because usually the Miz either gets hit, gets scared, or gets forced into a match soon. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Miz in action today, only doing the interviewing, and he pulled that off. Well, you just give Miz a mic and he just shows how good of a talker he is, really. Harper and Rollins didn't say anything, and yet the Miz continued doing quite a bit for this interview. It was fantastic, and he was claiming that Daniel Bryan is pretty much a villain, that he wanted to steal, the tag team champions thunder last week, and that's why they attacked him. Daniel Bryan obviously came out because he hates the Miz and told him to shut up, and he challenged one of the tag team champions to a match. Harper accepted that challenge, and it pretty much got confirmed by GM Page that it would be our main event of the night. For me, good, solid start to the show. I'm going to give this a solid 5 out of 10. Next up, we had Xavier Woods versus Rusev. Now, this is your typical #1 contender type of match. Rusev winning last week to become #1 to take on AJ at Extreme Rules. What we're going to do, we're going to put him against superstars who aren't going to be top-notch superstars, but are going to be names that fans will go, actually, he's had a few big wins still. For me, it just makes sense. Xavier Woods has had some fantastic matches lately. He has pulled off brilliant match after match, and having him lose to Rusev doesn't really destroy any momentum for him, because the New Day don't really need that much momentum anymore, because the guys are just so over that you could throw them into a title match tomorrow and they would be, the fans wouldn't care. They would be like, yeah, New Day's in a title match. That's how over these guys are. Rusev, on the other hand, needs a little bit of more momentum, taking on AJ Styles. Literally, AJ wasn't even there and the fans were chanting for him. And, he got a win. It was a decent win. He got a good promo, which for me was a bit interesting. It wasn't neither babyface or heel, which was fine. And it was fun. I'm looking forward to seeing Rusev versus AJ. And the fans were excited. You can tell they were chanting both AJ and Rusev's names. So this just shows you. And for me, looking forward to it. The match itself was exactly what I was expecting. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. Not good, but it was what you expect for this type of match. Next up, we did have a backstage segment where the cast of Glow, the Netflix wrestling drama, bumped into Lana and Naomi, where they were all arguing who was the best dancer. Had a bit of a segment. It was fine. It took a bit of airtime off the show, which kind of annoyed me. So, because I don't care about Glow, I know people did care. It was a fine promo. I think Lana's now a face for a second, so it's a 3 out of 10. It was just there to plug a show, I guess. Now back to actual wrestling, and then Jeff Hardy had a open US title challenge, and that was fine, because we were supposed to have Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Unfortunately, Shinsuke got injured the night before at a house show, so this caused the writers to rewrite it and have Jeff have an open challenge, which was fine. Who answered the open challenge, you ask? Well, that was none other than SAnitY, and who was going to represent them? That's their leader, Eric Young. How was the match? It was fine. It was fine. Nothing special, quite slowing some pace. I don't know if Jeff's injured or it just feels like Jeff Hardy's speed has slowed down quite a bit since he's come to SmackDown. But yeah, he just feels quite a bit slower than he usually does. He's lost it. It feels like he's lost a gear or he's hurt his leg. I don't know which was which. But yeah, Eric Young had a decent match. It was quite close, quite a few times. You were expecting SAnitY to get involved soon. But they allowed both guys to have a good amount of time before the Usos turned up. and they interrupted the match. I think it was Jimmy Uso super kicked Eric Young in the face. This was all cause of the attack they had with the SAnitY crew last week, and that caused a disqualification. The match itself, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It was fine, just nothing special. Because of what happened, Paige said it would now turn into a 6-man tag team match where we had Jeff Hardy and the Usos taking on SAnitY, and this was a better match in my opinion for everyone. Lot more fast paced. The Usos were fantastic. Jeff Hardy seemed to up his gear, meaning he wasn't in the ring as much, and I think that does help Jeff. And SAnitY got to show off everyone's ability in this new faction. Don't forget, some people don't watch NXT, so they don't know how good SAnitY actually are, and they are a fantastic team to watch. It was completely looked like SAnitY were about to take control. The Usos were just doing the high flying moves, which I always find fun and exciting to watch. It looked like they were about to get the win, but no. Jimmy Uso super kick, Jeff Hardy tags in, Swanton gets the pinfall. The match itself, fantastic. The booking was wrong. In my opinion, it should have gone to SAnitY. They're brand new, they need this momentum, but I don't know what WWE writers are thinking when they do stuff like this. But for me personally, the wrong decision. So I'm gonna knock the score down a little bit just for the bad booking. So it's gonna get a 5 out of 10. It was gonna be a 6, but the bad booking at the end to take away from SAnitY. So 5 out of 10. Next up we had Sonya Deville versus Becky Lynch, and now this all started on a WWE.com interview where Becky was just talking about how she wants to get more and more momentum after Money in the Bank, which is fine. Sonya Deville laughed at her. She said, "You had one win. How can you talk about momentum right now?" And so Becky said, "Look, let's have a match." They had a match, and I'm going to give some credit where credit is due from WWE right now. They give them a lot more time than I was expecting, which was great. Becky won. Fantastic. Becky deserves to win all the time, and this just shows you one thing: the crowd is well behind Becky Lynch right now. I don't know if WWE creative team or Vince McMahon is seeing this, but she is one of the favourites from the fans. Second, if Asuka and Charlotte are there, Carmella, the SmackDown Women's Champion, isn't there, who's your biggest draw for that division? Who else? It's going to be Becky. Becky right now feels more important than Asuka and Carmella. There's no one else there. It's Charlotte. Charlotte and her are the two biggest names in your division, yet she is being overlooked for some time. And for me, I'm glad they're finally giving her a bit of a push. She got a second win on the trot. She feels like the momentum's going her way. Yes, we'll talk about the SmackDown Women's title picture in a bit, but pretty much for me, she is in the realms of she should be near #1 contendership sooner rather than later. The match itself, like I said, a lot longer than I was expecting. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Entertaining from start to finish. Next up, we did have a promo by James Ellsworth, and this was calling out Asuka. Obviously, we all know Asuka wasn't there. Paige comes out, says, "James, next, stop it. You know she's not here." James goes, "You only came out to ask me out on a date, Paige." She goes, "Oh, you caught me out. We're going to have a date next week, but it's not with me. It's going to be Asuka, and it's not going to be a date. It's going to be a match." And the crowd went mental. Yeah, we're happy to see James Ellsworth get the crap kicked out of him anytime. But she also made a big announcement in this scene where she announced that Asuka will be #1 contender once again to take on Carmella's SmackDown Live Women's title at Extreme Rules. I'm happy with this decision. Hopefully Asuka can get the win because she's better than Carmella. I'm sorry, she's awful. And then we can finally build up the women's division once again. So for me, this promo doesn't really get up. Actually, no. Because it's got James Ellsworth in it, gets a 2 out of 10. He sucks. And this moves us on to our main event, which we mentioned at the start of this video, where it was Daniel Bryan versus Harper. And for me, this is a brilliant match. It was fantastic and fun at the same time. Daniel Bryan is very much over with the fans. Harper is an underrated wrestler in every due respect, because WWE just don't realise this guy could be a brilliant singles competitor. He's fast, he's strong, he's a big guy, and the crowd could either turn on him or love him at the same time. We saw how close his babyface turn was and that the fans were behind him. I just wish, I wish he had more main event status, because he does deserve it in some way. The match was so hard hitting, it was entertaining, and it looked like Daniel Bryan was just about to win it before Rollins got involved, his tag team partner. It ended in disqualification. Daniel Bryan technically did win. They were beating the crap out of him, and then Kane returns. That's right, Daniel Bryan's former tag team partner of Team Hell No returns. Last time these two saw each other, Kane attacked him at Raw. So it seems now that either Kane has the same contract as John Cena, or he has been swapped. His contract's ended at Raw and he's now signed with SmackDown. He came down, everyone's like, what's he going to do? Is he going to attack Daniel? Is he going to help Daniel? He attacks Rollins and Harper, saving Daniel. Everyone's like, oh my god, what's going on? Kane offers out a hug. Everyone's going, yes, 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 yes. Daniel finally gives in, gives his former tag team partner a hug. Paige comes out and she announces that Extreme Rules, the Bludgeon Brothers, will defend their SmackDown Tag Team titles against Team Hell No. Team Hell No have reformed. Am I happy? Yes, I enjoyed Team Hell No when they were around the first time, so having them back is going to be absolutely entertaining. Even if it's for a short period of time, I am excited. And for a main event, I'm going to add it all together. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because it was fun, it was exciting, and a babyface Kane return. Why not? It's fantastic. Last time we saw him, he was a heel, so I am happy. So there you go, guys. That was SmackDown Live for this week. What did I think? I think it was fine. It was a good episode for the show. Less content, more impact, and there was a lot of stuff. Even though quite a lot of the big names were not there this week, it was still very much entertaining in my opinion. So the final score for SmackDown Live is going to be a reasonable 6 out of 10. What did you guys think of SmackDown Live? Leave it in the comment. What was your best moment of this episode? Again, leave it in the comment. If you do like our videos, please like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at SmackTalk YouTube. That's YouTube. And you can follow me at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.